The Honourable Leader of the Alberta Liberal Opposition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today we learned the Premier's office has spent a whopping $2.1 million on severance payments in the past 3 years, with absolutely no details regarding the exorbitant expense. That's a lot of money, guys. Secrecy, waste, and golden handshakes, hallmark of this Conservative government, continue despite a new leader. To the Premier, how big are these payments, and why won't you reveal how many people received these severance payments?
Mr. Speaker, this member has been in the legislature long enough to know how FOIP processes work. When any member of the public, media, or the opposition puts in a request, that request is reviewed by FOIP officers, and if it's appropriate, if it doesn't breach any laws, that information is routinely released. As a matter of fact, they probably cost taxpayers more than any member of a Premier's office in putting in FOIPs. They know how the process works. I'm not sure what that question is all about.
Honourable Leader. Mr. Speaker, I've been in the legislature long enough to see these guys waste a lot of taxpayer money. In fact, $586,000 in Premier's office expense severance payments in the last year alone. That's more than twice the $220,000 funding required to keep the music enrichment program at Victoria School of the Arts alive. The fact that the Premier is trying to conceal information about the cost of high turnover in her office at a time when so many programs is being cut is simply outrageous, Mr. Speaker.
It is.
Premier, why are golden handshakes for former staffers more important to your government than this popular and valuable music program and other programs important to Albertans?
Honourable Deputy Premier.
Mr. Speaker, like any employer, there is a rotation of staff. When there are contractual obligations, those obligations are paid. That happens in private sector, it happens in public sector. We treat our employees properly. However, if that particular member has any questions relevant to any settlements, if they are within the scope of legislation, if we are able to release them, we obviously will. The fact is that individuals who work for Government of Alberta, they expect some of their information to be kept private, but whatever is available for release will be released.
Honourable Member.
Mr. Speaker, it's a generally accepted principle in the public and private sector that high turnover is a result of either bad employees or a bad boss. To the Premier, which is it? You got bad employees or you got a bad boss? And will you please fix the problem? Because it's costing us a lot of money.
Mr. Speaker, I have to tell you, we pride ourselves on all the employees. I know that the accusations often fall from opposition, accusing employees of Government of Alberta, Alberta Health Services and others who work really hard every day and make great decisions and deliver great services for Albertans. But perhaps some of them don't like to work in a caustic environment like this caused by the opposition, so they move on perhaps into private sector. But, Mr. Speaker, this government will always defend our employees. They're doing a fine job.
The Honourable Leader of the